I don't even know how to start this.
Oh, we just go right in.
All right,
Wait,
fuck it, let's do it.
let's do it. Woo! Welcome to the first episode of. Wait, what the fuck are we calling this?
I have no idea. I didn't even like.
Welcome to the first episode of whatever the fuck we're gonna call this, because there is no official name yet.
Not yet.
Yay!
It's in the works. With Helios Sathiros, I'm Yuito Detenshi. Welcome to the podcast. We're just gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna talk about this year's Anime Expo.
Wait. Before we start, how was your day, man?
We're gonna talk about this year's Anime
What do
Expo.
you mean? What? I'm just trying to be nice. We're both hosts here. We got to keep live, friendly banter. You know what I mean? Just you know.
Hi, just trying to be nice. My name's Yuito.
Oh, okay. Let's get to the fucking content.
I guess, how long have you been watching like anime?
Oh, we're gonna start with that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're
Oh shit. Well, ever since my younger alien vampire years, probably for a good ever since I want to say around 10 or 12 years of age, because okay, I started watching when it was on Toonami and Cartoon
Mhm.
Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit. It was so good. I didn't even know what Dragon Ball Z was. I was like, "Oh my god, this is really cool." It's a bunch of buff men just beating the fuck out of each other, and I'm like, "Wait a
Mhm.
second, this is
Mhm.
hilarious." And then it went to Adult Swim, where I got introduced to Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
Big O. What else they got? A bunch of other ones like that. Oh my god, I remember staying up super late just to watch all of those crazy animes. But that's pretty much where I started. It's been so long, but I remember vividly being so excited to not sleep. Well, when you're that age, you probably are excited to not sleep in general, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. But that's pretty much like where I started. How about you?
For me, I really want to say that I didn't really start watching like, and I know this isn't an anime, but it didn't start until I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think that's what kind of opened the door. And then from Avatar, I went to Cowboy Bebop, and once I saw Cowboy Bebop, that's when it just completely took over. I became obsessed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I totally forgot that Avatar counts as an anime, basically, even though it was made
It's
by
like
Western.
it
Yeah,
does, but it doesn't, right? Like,
yeah. Well, it's very heavily anime inspired,
yeah.
and they use like very similar art styles and everything.
Hmm.
And yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but
I know.
I do attribute that to like that being like that opened the door, like that's what let the floodgates in completely.
Hmm.
Uh, but
All
yeah,
right. So,
like,
who's your favorite Avatar character?
mm, honestly, Appa,
Wait, who? Say that again.
Appa,
Oh, Appa.
the Sky Bison,
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
and
Mine's
yours.
Sokka because Sokka's fucking hilarious.
Okay, two character, in my opinion, and like kind of a side tangent here, but there's two characters that has the best like what's like the word, like not really redemption arc, but like the best character development, I'd say.
What you mean, like Zuko and wait, who would be the second one?
Sokka. His character
Oh,
development was like, it was pretty good. I liked
oh
it a
yeah,
lot
yeah, yeah.
because he went from like this like comic relief character to like, hey, shit's starting to get crazy. I should also get like serious.
Well, not just that, but he also went from like a misogynistic asshole to actually someone who cares.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the major turning point that where that got started was literally Kyoshi Island.
yeah,
When he met
yeah.
the Kyoshi
Actually,
warriors. Yeah, and they literally made him like basically what like, well, I don't want to say cross dress, but they made him wear like their traditional like warrior outfits,
yeah.
right?
The
And
kimono, like the stockings, the all that
yeah,
stuff, the makeup.
yeah. and he was like, "Oh my god, this is for girls," and we're like, "No, wait a second, hold on." No, but I think he had such an interesting development around literally everything that encompassed his entire life.
Hmm.
Granted, we have to remember that these are just children that are
Yeah, they're
basically
like
saving the
13,
world.
15 years old, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you have a job to do. Like, time to stop
Yeah,
neglecting it, time to start doing it.
yeah. Literally, Aang is 10. Well, 110. But
Uh,
yeah.
13, I believe.
Oh,
And
was he 13?
like,
I
wasn't it
think
like,
13 by the end of it.
oh, I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Yeah, and then like Sokka's like 13, and like Katara's like 14, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But to move on, because this is about Anime Expo, not about um Avatar.
No, man.
Let's just dive right into it. So for those that don't know, Anime Expo is probably the biggest anime like convention in the United States. Would you agree with me on that?
Oh,
It's really big.
oh, it's the premier spot. Um, Absolutely. In the Western Hemisphere as well. Uh, there is no bigger convention in the entire like Western side of the globe than Anime
Anime
Expo.
Expo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then of course in Japan you have Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anime Expo is organized by a company, or I guess a nonprofit. Yeah, a nonprofit company called the SPJA, Society for the Promotion of Japanese Animation, and it's always held the first week of July, 4th of July weekend. Always. And it always happens at the Los Angeles Convention Center. Besides, and I don't know if you knew this, but there were two instances when there was an Anime Expo outside of California, which was
Oh,
Anime
really?
Expo. Yes, it was Anime Expo New York, which happened in 2002, I believe, and Anime Expo Tokyo in 2004.
Oh,
But ever since 2004, they have not held another convention outside of California
that makes sense. I think California and Los Angeles in particular has been basically their home ever since what?
since 2004. Yeah.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
And then I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they did try to go to Anaheim Convention Center like once or twice, but it was too little for what they were doing.
They went there for pretty early in the 2000s.
Hmm.
I remember going 2009. That's and that was in Anaheim Convention Center. And then a few years after, like 2011 or 2012, is when they started moving to the LA Convention Center.
Okay. All right. I think my very first Anime Expo was Anime Expo 2013. Do
Ooh, okay,
you remember when your first one was?
dude. Yeah. So definitely wasn't 2009. That would be quite a while ago for me.
Hmm.
But I remember not doing a whole lot, and well, okay, being extra tired throughout the entire convention because it was my first time ever going, and of
Yeah.
course you're not used to walking around everywhere. You're
Hmm.
like not used to all of the crazy sites, booths, everything, and back then like I was hella broke, so I couldn't afford any kind of food.
Yeah.
So I had like one little piece of like French fries, and that was my entire budget. I couldn't even buy anything at like the exhibit hall or anything.
Yeah, no, I remember 2013. I had just graduated high school. So it's
Mm.
like, I have zero money. Like, I think my parents gave me like $200 and they were like, here you go have fun. And I was like, cool, this should be enough. And yeah, I got
It was
humbled.
not.
I got
No
humbled
way.
really quickly that
No, yeah, I would definitely recommend if you're gonna go to these type of conventions, especially the big ones, bring as much money as you can
Mhm.
if you want to bring like so many things back with you. But if you're just going there for an experience and have friends, you don't need to bring anything. You don't need money to buy stuff. But it is nice because you get to bring so much of the con back with you.
Yeah, I guess that's a really good segue to the question. In your opinion, what can first-time attendees expect?
Or it really depends. But let's be real, long lines everywhere.
Hmm. Horse
Be
choice
ready, absolutely be ready to stand still for a good like 2 to 3 hours at a time. Be ready
at the
to be
minimum,
at the
2 to 3
minimum.
hours.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. For anywhere that you go, if you're lining up for, let's take for example, one of the booths that we went to, which was the Hoyoverse booth, right?
Yeah.
Let's take that for example. This is probably the worst example because it's the longest line, but just to get in, it was a mad dash as soon as
The doors
the
opened.
the doors open. Yeah, and then you would have to wait for a few hours to even get there if you're not there early enough to get like completely cut off from the line because they had to like fire like safety reasons to cap
Yeah.
it at some point. So, and then if you didn't make it, then you had to come back. I want to say 5 hours later for another chance to get in the booth itself. So you can definitely expect long lines, long wait times, especially for anything popular that you're gonna try out or play. Expect a very long wait. But there is also a caveat to that where if the thing that you like is going to be at Anime Expo and it's going to be very niche, you will more than likely have enough time to just go there and experience it. And that's probably one of the biggest things is that, well, like I said, you're going to be dealing with long lines, but two, you're going to be experiencing so many different things. You're going to have your eyes literally open to anything and everything anime, video game related that you probably never even knew before. So you're going to be ready to be open minded and discover as many things, uh, or a lot of different things going forward.
To kind of piggyback on that, a perfect example, the mobile game, Nikkei. Never heard of it in my entire life. And then Helios wanted to try to do some experience thing, and I was like, okay, might as well. I've never heard of Nikkei before, so
I want to talk a little bit about that, but do you have that saved for later?
I do. There is a section where we can talk about our like personal
Okay.
experiences and our favorite moments from this like anime expo.
Okay. We'll
So we
save
can
that
come
for
back to
later.
that, yeah. But
Yeah. But
um,
if you can, go with a lot of friends. Absolutely. Go with like your Discord friends, go with like your real life friends. That way you can get your best first time experience, especially if you know someone who's gone before. They will help navigate you through all of the ins and outs because I'll be honest, it's a lot to learn and it's a lot to experience all at once. It's a little daunting, but if you take it one hall at a time or one booth at a time, like I'll be honest, I never even got to visit every single thing I wanted to do. And that's okay because you need to rest and you need to eat and you need to drink water and you need to
mhm.
be just like ready. Think of it as like going on a big adventure and try to prepare yourself for that essentially.
The way I've always explained it to like people's first times is just pretend you have amnesia. You know nothing. And you walk in and you're immersed. You are completely immersed. You're surrounded by a sea of people. You're surrounded by all these cosplayers, all these like photographers, like all the media and all the press. You're surrounded by all the exhibitors and all the different artists. It is so much to do. Like there is no shortage of things to do in Anime Expo because you can spend literally the whole day walking around the exhibit hall. You can spend the whole day, the next day, walking around Artist Alley, and then you can spend all days looking for different panels to do. And the fourth day, the final day, you could walk around the exhibit hall again, try to find those last minute deals before you leave, right? But that's not factoring in any like set panels or any like gatherings or any autographs per se. There's so much to do. Like it's just you really have to plan your time.
Oh yeah, and that's
Which
another important tip too.
yeah,
Uh,
and speaking of
take
tips, time management
Yeah,
is 100%.
absolutely, and also take the time beforehand to look at everything. Like do a lot as much as you can pre-con planning. You do not want to be on the exhibit hall floor planning your next booth
Yeah.
because that is just ass. But if you're just walking around and exploring, that's totally fine. Especially if you
Mm-hmm.
find something that you like. But if you can spend the 2 weeks or 1 week before the con, and because by then every single vendor and artist and exhibitor will have released all of their information
And
because they
not
want
just
to.
that too. Sorry to interrupt. Not just that too, but the autographs, the guests of honors, those meet and greets, those are also released too.
Exactly.
And so if
Yeah,
there's someone that you want to meet, like someone that you really care about, you have to plan your day around them, around that time. Or if there's a panel that you really care about, you have to plan your time around that panel.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a
uh
lot of meticulous planning for things that you
yeah,
care about, you know?
yeah. Agreed. And for example, there's a few nuances. For example, some panels will not clear out the room before, so you want to make sure that you the Anime Expo app is very good at explaining that, but you want to plan your schedule um, to account for those extra hours you're going to spend waiting in a previous panel for that same panel room that you'll be in for later. And if you can't leave, then you really can't leave or you'll lose your spot. You can, of course, go in and out, but you need to plan to stay there, especially if you need to do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and be on the lookout. Like, and this is where I heavily recommend if you don't have Twitter, get Twitter, because a lot of exhibitors will tweet out random stuff 1 day or 2 days before the con. Be like, surprise, we have this limited edition thing. And you're like, oh my God, now I got to plan
Yeah.
around that.
There was so many of that this year too.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
not only was it like exhibitors and stuff, it was surprise guests of honors too. Surprise autographs. It's like, hey, if you want this autograph, for example, the Persona 5 director, if you want his autograph, come tomorrow morning and try to get an autograph ticket.
Good luck.
There is so much of that. Which is a perfect segue into the next segment, notable events and panels and guests. So this year, honestly, completely freaking stacked with so many good exhibitors, so many good guests of honor. There was a lot. This Anime Expo was, in terms of guests and who's gonna be at Anime Expo, it was completely stacked.
There's so many.
There
Wait,
was a lot.
before you get into it, did you know last year Shindo L came?
I got I got an
Oh, you did? Oh, fuck yeah.
autograph. But I gave it to my friend because I didn't care, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's and that's the beautiful thing too. It's like, hey, surprise, this person's here now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
And sometimes they won't even let you know until like the day before.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, there was a few. There was a few notable ones. I think I wasn't sure if you got into the Star Rail panel in the West
I
Main Hall.
did not.
You did not. Okay, so that's one of the major panels. I think a lot of people were in line for that one. So
Yes.
one of our friends actually was able to get in, um, and they had their friends camp out. Uh, excuse me. Uh, for about 4 or 5 hours, like 10 a.m. in the morning, because it started at like I want to say like 2 or 3 p.m.
Yeah.
They were camping out at the entrance line for the West Main Hall for the SR Rail panel
Mm-hmm.
since the entire morning and did not leave.
Yeah.
And it they barely got in because the room was not clearing, but there was enough room just to let those people in. So it
Yeah.
like the line like moves so slowly, but for the most part, like if you have major panels like that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, please
Again,
line up beforehand
you gotta
very
plan your day
early.
around it. Like, and
Yeah.
we'll get into more detail about this too, but the look back panel,
Oh yeah.
look back was probably like I want to say top three in terms of like biggest panels.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was probably Honkai, the free run panel, and the look back panel were definitely top three.
Oh,
So
oh, see, I didn't even know there was a free run panel.
yeah, it was on day two. I can tell
Oh my
you,
god.
nothing was announced. They just went over like what the guests of honor's like favorite scenes were and why they chose that.
Oh, so you
Um,
were there.
No,
Oh, you know, okay.
I just read
You
about
know
it.
about it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, got it, got it.
yeah,
Yeah, see, like we've been going to Anime Expo for so long, and even I missed something. Like I've probably gone around like 7 years in
yeah.
total now, and I've missed something that I really wanted, and that just happens. Like you can't.
There's so much you can't
It's just
know everything, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
agreed. What about cosplays?
well, I mean, cosplay. I mean, being in that anime expo, cosplay culture is huge, you know. Part of the like events, part of the things that you can do is go to something called a cosplay gathering. There's a set time, and for that specific like thing that you're cosplaying, for everybody that cosplays that thing, they meet up, they all take photos, they all socialize. The one that I went to this anime expo was the Final Fantasy one. I dressed up as my Final Fantasy 14 character. A lot of people dressed up as their Final Fantasy 14 character. In terms of the 14 event, everyone was talking to each other, everyone was socializing, and it's one of the best, it's one of the better things to do at Anime Expo if you're a social creature, is just mingle with people that have the same interests as you.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't cosplay personally. I might next year. We'll see. But there for the cosplay meet and greets, not meet and greets. Sorry, for the cosplay gatherings, you definitely want to uh go as like you want to go with the character you're gonna have the most fun with. Honestly, like I want to say there were a lot of very interesting cosplays this year, and I can tell a lot more people were really into it, which is really good
Yeah.
because you can tell when someone's having a lot of fun with their cosplay and when someone's just kind of like, it was
Yeah, they're doing it just to do
okay.
it.
Yeah, doing it, just do it. Yeah, and I mean, you're gonna spend good money on your cosplay, so you might as well like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like the interesting thing is too, it's not a couple years ago, for example, My Hero Academia, everybody was cosplaying My Hero.
Mhm.
This year, I only saw like two or three.
Yeah, because the anime is freaking ending.
I didn't see a lot of Chainsaw Man. I didn't see a lot of
Wait,
like
really? I did.
I saw like two or three. I don't know, I didn't see a lot. The thing that I saw a lot of was Honkai. I saw a lot of Honkai,
Yeah.
saw a lot of Genshin,
Yep.
and it's like
To be fair, Honkai and Genshin, I was about to say like Henki. Honkai and Genshin, they are technically not anime, but their presence is very prevalent.
yeah.
Especially because like they put out like anime style like character shorts and stuff and trailers.
No, not just that, but
But
like I think like their whole aesthetic is really, really close to what
yeah,
anime artists entail, you know?
yeah, for sure. So you're going to see a lot of like very popular stuff like that, and for the most part, they've gotten pretty good at nailing the basic like cosplay for Genshin and Honkai.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I haven't seen a bad cosplay. I think this entire time I was here, actually.
I don't think I've seen a bad cosplay either, like at all.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you weren't there, but someone did a Tonberry cosplay and everybody loved it at the 14 gathering. It was so cute.
That's
But yeah,
adorable.
it really just goes into like if you are going to cosplay, do something you enjoy. Because
Yeah,
if you enjoy it, other people are gonna enjoy it with you. You know what I mean?
exactly. Hey,
So,
what was I want to ask you, what was the most interesting cosplay that you saw?
that's I wanna say Sam. I saw a really good Sam cosplay.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Well, did you have one? Like, is there one that
Yeah.
just what is it?
So it's not anime related, but I saw the Lethal Company characters.
Oh yeah, I remember walking past them too. I remember we were with each other. They had
Oh,
the they were dancing to the
oh, that's
the
right.
song,
Yeah,
yeah.
the ice cream shop music or
Yeah,
whatever.
they all four of them were dancing with the to the song, and I thought that was really adorable. Yeah, that one was a good one too.
Yeah, that was because they did it really well, and it wasn't just like they put on a suit. It looked like they weathered it too, which
Yeah,
was like
it was a
amazing.
full on like, yeah, we're from Lethal Company.
Yeah.
So,
I think that was my own most interesting. I think I didn't. I saw. I actually didn't see any fireflies. I only saw Sam's. Surprisingly.
yeah, I think cause just because Firefly is so like Not really
No, don't
difficult, but
don't say it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say basic. I was like,
no,
wait,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no, no. Firefly is not basic in any means. But,
Nah, but I agree. Sam is like the cooler part. You know what I mean?
for sure, yeah. Sam
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah.
Was there any like exhibitors that you were interested for or
Oh
interested
fuck
in?
yes. Oh my god. Kadokawa, just please. I was there. You saw me. You saw me. I was there for I fucking made a mad book to the Kadokawa booth right away.
Yeah,
And
I remember texting
I
you like day one, and it was like, yeah, I'm in Katakawa. There's a long ass line.
yep, yep. I think the first day the Kadokawa booth line wrapped around the entire booth itself.
It
And
did.
then yeah, it did? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Because I was in I got in the moment the doors opened. I got in within 2 minutes, and I was already standing like outside the booth, like waiting in line outside, and the
Mm,
line already stretched outside. And then it took me about like an hour or hour and a half or so to get to the entire front where I could purchase stuff. But
that's
I was so excited.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. So I was so excited because I got so much good stuff. Well,
Mm,
technically only four things, but they were all exclusive things you could not find anywhere else. So I was like,
yeah.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Like I got two figures and two autographed ReZero third season commemorative art stuff. So that was like the highlight of the stuff that I got.
And all that stuff is Anime Expo exclusive, right?
Yep, yep. Well, except for the Magia Bizer figure, which is
Mm,
from
mm.
the Magical Girl anime, where she, does inappropriate things to other magical girls. Um, it's true, but it's funny in a I can't believe this is not hentai kind of way. But
Yeah.
anyways, that one was specifically limited edition only, but for in person. It was not sold online, so it's not technically an AX event exclusive, but it's a in person only exclusive.
Okay.
So that's why,
I'd still kind of consider it like an exclusive,
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
because
if they sell the same product at, say, for example, SDCC, San Diego Comic Con, it's still like an exclusive, right? Because you can't get it anywhere else. You can only get it there.
yeah, if Kadokawa went to Comic Con in San Diego, then it would definitely be there for their major booth. Yeah,
Okay.
they do not sell that online.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I go ahead.
mhm.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and the other stuff I got was like the one thing that I got that you can find online was the Amelia Beautiful Grace
Hmm.
figure version. Yeah, that's the only one. All the other stuff was like basically con exclusive.
Yeah, it's why like, and Crunchyroll is such a big name. Everybody knows what Crunchyroll is.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they only have a few things that are Anime Expo exclusive. All the stuff that they had, or most of the stuff that they had there, rather, you can actually purchase on the Crunchyroll store.
that's
Um,
true.
but this year there were so many major exhibitors. Bandai Namco took up like a third of the exhibit hall at least.
Yeah.
Behind them
Mhm.
was Aniplex, and they took up like probably another third.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
and then after like besides those two, I think in terms of big names, Kadokawa, Kojio Buki or something like that. I forget the name of it, but like, in terms of major exhibitors, it's Aniplex. It was
You,
Bandai
you know,
Namco.
it's funny you mentioned that. I did not even step foot inside the Aniplex section at all.
Really, it
Yeah,
was really cool.
I saw it. I saw it. Wait, we walked by that. Yeah,
We did, yeah,
yeah, yeah. We definitely did. I just didn't step foot in it at all, just because I was focused on other things.
yeah. And I guess like Hoyoverse, it's a major exhibitor. Bushi Road, a major exhibitor.
Mhm.
Technically Nexon and Square Enix were there, but just their booths
Well,
were.
okay. Next one was Blue Archive, so not really. It was just Blue Archive. But they this year was really good for a lot of the little niches in like animation, not like animation studios, but like the anime production studios.
Yeah.
Like Aniplex or like what do you call it? Kadokawa, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them were there and selling some pretty good stuff too.
Yeah, like Aniplex 2 was teasing Gunga Online 2. They were teasing Tsukihime. They were also teasing some of the Fate Grand Order stuff.
Actually, this is perfect. So we can get into the announcements
Yeah,
next.
the industry announcements. Yeah, those three were
Yeah,
like Aniplex's big things.
yeah.
Bushiroad themselves announced the new Hololive set
Hmm.
for Weiss.
Speaking
I
of,
don't know anything else, like any other major announcements that were.
well, yeah, there is one that you forgot. It's
Hmm.
the so I'm gonna ask you questions, see if you can get it.
Okay.
What is Ufotable gonna be making next, like, well, in the upcoming seasons?
Considering I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay, wait, no, you do know it. You've seen the animes. Okay, it's like, okay, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works,
Yeah,
um, fucking Demon Slayer.
haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Well, okay, I'm just gonna tell you. They're making the Genshin anime. Yeah, you didn't see that at all, huh?
Mm-mm. Nope. You should not have told me that. Oh, one that I did forget too. Finally, after years, Tower of God season 2.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good too.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it already, the season 2 trailer is on the Crunchyroll YouTube channel. Check it out. It's pretty good. Helios's jaw was on the floor the entire time when he was watching it.
That shit's crazy. Tower of God goes crazy. But okay,
Yeah.
I,
It,
I need to tell you which animes Ufotable done because I'm very certain that you've seen some of them. All right. This is gonna be a little tangent off topic, but that'll be fine.
that's all right.
All right. I'm gonna go. All right. I'm just go from the very beginning. Wait, no, you haven't
Sure.
seen this one. Dokoida.
Nope.
Nope. Ninja Nonsense.
Nope.
Okay. Uh, Fate Zero.
Yes.
That was Ufotable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Garden of Sinners. Oh, what a
No.
name. Okay. God Eater.
No.
Really? Okay. Tales of Zestiria.
I've seen Tales of. No, no, no. Yeah, Tales of Hysteria. Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically the anime, not the game.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's pretty much it. Everything else is like fucking Demon Slayer. Wait, no, hold on. Uh, oh, they have a bunch of like. Oh, they have a bunch of films. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they did a bunch of like the Fate Stay Night films and a bunch of the Tales of Hysteria that had a
Mm,
film too. Um, yeah. Okay, so now you know that they did Fate Zero, which you're familiar with.
okay.
Yeah.
See, like, and this kind of segues perfectly into the next segment, which is like our personal experiences from this recent anime expo. But I am a sucker. I am a sucker for rom com and slice of life. So like stuff like Sunrise from Cloverworks. Oh my god, I love Cloverworks a lot.
Mm-hmm. You have to, if you're gonna say that, you have to talk about one notable thing from Cloverworks that you love.
Can't I just say that, like all of them?
Just the first thing that comes to your head. Just one thing.
I'm gonna fact check myself real quick before I look like a fool because I'm pretty sure Cloverworks did this, but hold on. I'm pretty sure Cloverworks did this, and if they didn't, I'm gonna be so fucking embarrassed. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, it was. I knew I wasn't crazy. There
Uh-huh.
is an adorable. Let me just. It started off originally as a horribly drawn. Um, I don't even want to say manga because it was just. It was a webcomic. It was a horribly done webcomic.
Okay.
Square Enix published it in a print.
Oh, okay.
And then uh, someone named who was what was the name? What was the name? Daisuke Hagiwara took this and like completely re-illustrated it. And
Mm-hmm.
again, it was published by Square Enix and Yen Press. And then they turned it into a an anime. and it's called Horimiya.
I've heard of that before. I
It
haven't seen it though.
it is extremely well done.
Ah,
And
okay.
it's not your typical rom-com because most rom-coms they spend the whole fucking first season trying to get together, right? And
Hmm.
then the final episode they get together and then you have to wait a couple years for the next season to come out where they finally start to build upon the relationship, right?
Hmm.
I'll tell you right now, Horimiya does not do that. I want to say
Okay.
by episode 2 or 3 they get together.
Hmm.
And then between when they get together in episode 3 and the final episode in episode 13, you just see the two of them falling in love and just being extremely adorable. The
Aw.
voice acting is good, the animation's good, the music is really good. Masaru Yokoyama, if you know that one.
Hmm.
He's done music in Queen's Blade, Amagami SS, in a really, really underground anime called Nobunaga Concerto. Your Lie in April, he did music in Your Lie in April.
Oh no,
Yeah.
don't. Oh my
It
god.
was good, right? It was
It
it was really good.
fucking made me cry. That's what.
And little tangent, I think top three anime composers: Masaru Yokoyama, uh, what's his name, Kevin Pellick when he did music in Tower of God, Hiroyuki Sawano. Top three easily. But
I'm gonna be absolutely real. I do not follow any anime music composers or composition people, but I will take your word for it because those animes have fucking great music.
I will send you some.
Okay.
Hiroyuki Sawano, and I know this shit off the top of my head. He did stuff in what's the volleyball anime?
IQ?
Yes, he did stuff in Haikyuu. He did stuff in what's the bad one? Guilty Crown. He did stuff
Wait,
in
whoa. Guilty Crown is not bad, okay? This is gonna be my trash
mm,
taste hot take.
mm.
It's gonna be my trash taste hot take, okay? Guilty Crown. I was okay. You have to understand when it came out on like fucking wait, when did it come out? I don't even remember
A
when. Like
very long time ago.
early 2010s or like 2000s, right? Like I was a kid lapping that shit up. Like I was like, this shit is so good. It
Okay.
only comes until later, like literally a decade later or a little more. I'm like, oh man, that's some trash taste, but I love it anyway.
Guilty Crown is really well animated. I will give you that. It is one of the best fighting animations I've ever seen in my entire life.
At the time,
And
at the
it's
time,
unique at the time.
yeah,
And the premise was unique.
yeah,
I'm going to take you, I'm going to turn you into a weapon. If
yep,
I accidentally destroy the weapon, I accidentally kill you.
yep.
But, and I'm sorry, the story sucks. The storyline sucks. The only cool part, and I'm going to have to bleep this out, is when the main character turned to Hitler, when he started taking over Funeral Parlor.
Oh
That is
yeah,
the only cool part.
yeah,
That is the only
yeah.
redeeming part about the story. Everything else is so bad. I'm so sorry.
Nah, you don't even have to fucking apologize. I know it's fucking trash taste. You can call me out on it. I don't give a shit,
But the music is good and the animation's good.
dude. I still listen to Guilty Crown, like the OP.
Everyone
Like,
does.
yeah.
Like, and a trash take probably. Like my trash take. I know it's bad, but I still love it for the same reason you like
Hell
Guilty
yeah.
Crown. Aldnoah Zero.
Oh,
Ex-
I'll know. Wait, that wasn't that bad though.
mm, but the music in Aldnoah Zero, composed by Hiroyuki Sawano,
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
and
Wait. Outdoor Zero, that was the mecha anime,
it
right?
was the
It
mecha
had like
one
yeah, like the with
with
the weird story, right?
yes,
And like
people
the
lived in
different
Mars and they
people.
came back to Earth to
Yeah,
reclaim it. Yeah, that's
And it was like what the fuck do you call it? It was like a not like a resistance, but like a revolution type
yeah.
anime. Yeah, okay. We're thinking the same thing. Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am gonna fact check myself too, but I believe Hiroyuki Sawano also did stuff in another mecha anime called 8686.
yeah.
Let me double check, just because
Well, I did hear that 86 is really good.
the
Like
music. I remember the music being good
amazingly
too.
good. Yeah, like I think 86 is one of the like well a lot of people's top animes.
Uh, in my opinion, and yes, it is correct, Hiroyuki Sawano did do 86 or music in 86. I would say 86 is probably my second favorite mecha anime.
Hmm. I oh man, I don't think I have a favorite mecha anime just because. Like, oh wait, no. Technically, Darling in the Franxx counts.
Darling in the Franxx counts.
it,
I will give it to you.
it
But
does count. It's not a traditional mecha anime. I will admit that.
it's not.
It's like almost barely. It's literally barely a mecha anime and more of a drama, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
But number one, I have to give it to Iron Blooded Orphans.
yeah, I agree.
Iron Blooded Orphans was really freaking good.
Wait, actually, wait, hold on. Wait, Iron Blooded Orphans deserves a top spot for sure. I think my favorite mecha anime, like besides Darling in the Franxx, because that one like almost hardly counts,
Mhm.
is God, you're gonna hate me for this one, but I fucking love it. Is Gundam Seed.
Actually, okay. And Gundam Seed, I've heard both really good things and really bad things about it. I think it's one of those animes I have to watch myself and get my own personal opinion on it.
Okay, if you do, you have to watch it in English dub. The reason why is because a lot of the memes come from the English dub.
Okay, fine.
It's not good. The English dub is not good at the time. Well, okay, no, actually, it's decent. It's decent. It's passable. I,
Is it
I,
better
I
than Ghost Stories?
nothing can beat the Ghost Stories dub, man. Fuck, man, nothing can beat. I
Uh,
can't. I can't. At risk of being canceled, I can't repeat anything like the Ghost Stories dub said at all.
nope. Yep, I'm
Yeah,
nope.
yeah.
But if you know, you know.
Immediately.
If
Yep.
you know,
If you
you
know,
know.
you know. If you don't know, look it up. Absolutely. It's on YouTube.
There's many YouTube videos where it's like, oh, the best of the Ghost Stories dub. Check
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
I don't condone
Speaking
it. I do condone it. I don't condone it. I can neither condone nor not condone it. But check it out.
speaking of like comedy series, I used to have a tradition that I'm almost glad I stopped, but I kind of want to bring back at at every anime expo. It was every year, me and the boys would watch Golden Boy in the hotel room.
I have never, ever heard of that.
What? You've never heard of Golden Boy?
Nope.
Okay, you're gonna have to bleep this out, but literally one scene is like the the girl is holding our main character's hand, right?
Okay.
And they're walking down a hallway, right?
Okay.
And then literally he goes like, oh my god, if only my hand was my penis right now. And then you see his hand literally transform into a penis with a smiley face.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
It's good. It's
I'm not
good.
bleeping that. I'm not bleeping any of that out.
Oh my god. Golden Boy, okay, it's
Wow.
only for a
Okay.
few episodes, like only the first 3 or 4. It's a time. That's all I gotta say. Golden Boy is if you know, you know. If you don't know, I need to fucking let you know.
All right. You'll let me know then. But um how would you rate this year's Anime Expo? Like just honestly.
Oh, easily like a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay.
There were negatives,
For
but
sure. And we'll get into that like in a little bit. But what was
yeah.
like what was your favorite moment? Or like one of your favorite moments from this previous Anime Expo?
Oh man, honestly, it's just kind of like hanging with the boys. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with all the peeps. But if I had to narrate at the con specifically, um, as weird as it sounds, just walking through the booths is the best part for me because I didn't fully participate in going into anything specifically, but because the booths every year are getting more and more elaborate. Like you saw the Studio Ghibli booth, right?
Yes, the Ghibli experience. Yep.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
they made that a whole like overgrown like dungeon cave theme this year, and obviously before it was different last year, but they made the experience of just walking through it like amazing. I don't even have to buy anything. I could just go in, take pictures, and have the time of my life because I'm in like a Ghibli inspired room,
Yeah,
and just that thought alone is already amazing.
yeah, for
So
sure. And it's interesting you say that too, because right next to it was the Hulu booth, right? And
yeah.
it was another experience, but it was completely contrasting, you know. But
Mhm.
I don't know if you went through it too, but it was really fun. It was really fun just seeing like the techie Hulu like booth.
I I really wanted to. I didn't get a chance. That's one thing I got to do next year. But at some point you're just so fucking tired to go back, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I walked past it a couple times and I
Hmm.
saw a lot of the really cool stuff that they were doing, and it's really exciting. So if I would say that if you can, absolutely just like if you don't want to spend any money, just go experience all the stuff in an entertainment hall and
Yeah.
exhibit hall.
All the
That's the best.
experiences. Yep, that is
Yeah,
just.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And you know, we know this too, but maybe for those that don't, so many people are just giving away so many freebies. If you go
Yeah,
on the Anime Expo Reddit, you can see people's hauls and stuff. Someone made a post. Their
it's like 2 pages long.
It
Yeah,
was all just someone made a post and it was all just like free stuff that they collected.
yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
spend a single dime. The only money they spent was on the Anime Expo ticket and the hotel. That was it, and the food. But they didn't spend a dime on merch, and all they got
Yep.
so much free stuff. You know?
I think they filled up. So okay, this goes back to like what you're talking about with Nikkei. Nikkei gave out a humongous bag, like half the size of like my entire body, basically.
Yeah, I have
And
one.
yeah, yeah, it's nice. And I'm pretty sure they filled up that entire bag with all of the freebies that you get.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because you get like stickers, bookmarks, little notebooks,
Yeah, stickers,
pens.
bookmarks, tissues. Some give like exclusive trading cards. Some give like fans because we know it's hot. We know it's hot in Anime Expo.
Oh yeah,
It's so much, and it's so unique every year too.
yeah, yeah. I agree. There's so much. There's so many experiences that we had
Yeah,
at the place. Yeah, and so especially if you don't want to spend anything, just come and have fun. Even if it's for one day, just spend one day in one section, and you'll have a lot of fun.
yeah, and you know, so you see all these posts on Reddit too, where it's like, hey, like this is my first time going to Anime Expo. I'm by myself. Like, what should I do? And the answer to that question is always the same. What are your interests? Like, what do you like to do? Do you like to wander around the exhibit hall and see what vendors have for sale? Do you like to walk down Artist Alley and do you want to see like the kind of different art styles that everybody else has? Do you want to go to the entertainment hall and experience like all the games and all the different videos I guess videography stuff that they have there, like all the different uh immersive experiences. There you go. All
Yeah,
the immersive experiences that they have there. Do you just want to walk around and just take pictures of people in cosplay and just hone your photography skills? You can literally do any of the above. And I forgot the freaking panels. Is there a panel that you want to see? Go sit in the panel.
yep.
Like
Get
there
there
is
early.
no shortage of things to do, and like everybody goes to Anime Expo for a different reason. For me, I treat it as a mini vacation away from home.
Yep.
I go there to hang out with my friends, create new friends, and just hang out and just have a good time because we are in a space where literally everybody has some form of common ground with everybody else. And it's either anime, it's either like gaming, cosplay. Everybody has some sort of like bond that they can bond over.
Dude, speaking of making friends, I think we made the most friends this year than all the years combined.
I think so too. Like, cause, and this is such a cool thing too, right? Obviously, you and I are friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, you and I have separate groups, like our friend groups outside of us, right?
Nah, no way. Couldn't imagine.
But and I know like you kind of met like my friend group before and Jason's friend group before, but from my side, it was me. Oh, excuse me. It was my first time meeting your friend group,
Yeah.
and I'd like to think I made a positive expression or a positive like you know I left a good impression on them.
No, they fucking hate you. No, no, you were good. You were good. That's why
Like
I was saying like it would be really good to probably. Well, we'll talk about this later. But
yeah,
like group up all of our friends and like in a
for
stable and
sure.
stuff. But yeah,
And like
but yeah,
it wasn't just you either. I met a lot of my Final Fantasy 14 friends too, and I met their friend group too. And it's like if you are an extrovert and you like, just networking with people, this is also like a great place to do it.
oh absolutely.
So,
You know what's really cute? I used to see a bunch of posts of like, oh my god, I met my significant other at Anime Expo and we're going on
yeah.
10 years straight. And those stories are real.
Yeah, like it's definitely because again, like if you're and this is true for like anything, right? And I told you this before too. You are your own person. You know what you like and your interests. You need to focus on your interest and focus on yourself. Everybody else doesn't matter, right? Focus on yourself. Slam your heart into the people and the places and things that you like, the things that you enjoy doing. And the right person eventually is going to come along. They're going to raise all the different standards and they're going to have the same interests as you and they're going to hold on to those same interests as you as well.
All right. Thanks for the relationship advice. I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
good way to segue ourselves out of here.
Okay. Well, I mean, sort of. I have two Reddit posts that I want
Oh.
to share with you,
Oh, okay.
and I want to get your thoughts on it. Okay?
Oh my god, am I gonna hate it?
Probably.
Oh
So,
god.
this was 3 days ago by the Reddit user, You're Welcome M8. So, there was a panel today at 5:15 for the Look Back film, which me and a friend got in line for before the preceding panel was set to end at 4:30. When the preceding panel ended, not a single person left the auditorium, as apparently everyone who attended the 3 to 4:30 panel just wanted to stand there for the 5:15 screening. 45 minutes later, not a single person left the panel room, and the crowd coordinators had to turn away everyone who lined up for the event. This is easily the most outrageous system invented for handling seating for an event that I've seen. Even the crowd coordinators were vocally irked and upset that they had to turn away an entire crowd, since prior panel goers can effectively indefinitely attend panels. Earlier, we talked about the issue of not clearing rooms, and this is like a direct result of that. You have people that will spend literally the whole day in a room and just waiting for the panel that they care about, and they forsake every other panel goer before. Because and I feel bad for the people that hosted this story, the 3 to 4:30 panel, because it's probable that everybody there did not give a shit about that 3 to 4:30 panel. And the
Yeah.
people that wanted to be a part of that panel, they essentially got cucked out of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's a big problem. I understand why uh Anime Expo is doing that is because, well, for one thing, it's also a big fire and safety hazard.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think that they need to have a prior sign up slash registration slash. Um, the problem is that there isn't enough time to cram all of those events in or panels in one day without removing and moving people in and out of the rooms. I believe that's the biggest issue here. Is that one, it's a safety issue. Two, they need to be more organized in uh, basically attempts like that. So it would be better if they did clear out the room before and made extra time and extra space to do so. Because essentially the problem is people are not going to the right panels that they want to go to, and they're taking up other panels that they don't want to be a part of that maybe other people want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest issue. I've seen this like it's been, and we've been going to Anime Expo for quite a while, so we've seen this before.
Yeah.
But the only real way is if you get lucky, and if you don't get lucky, and it's one of the smaller rooms that's just like overly packed, you're not gonna get in. just at all. It's
And
really bad.
it's so sad too because like not only is it getting lucky with panels, but you also have to get lucky with a lot of the exhibitors too.
Yeah.
I think in terms of panels, the best thing that they could do is implement some sort of like online ticketing system so that people aren't waiting outside. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. The lines to get into all these different like rooms and halls, the lines outside.
Yeah.
There is some shade, but it doesn't matter when it's freaking like 80, 90 degrees outside and the humidity's at like 50, 60%. It's
Yeah.
hot. You
Yeah. Because that.
gotta bring water.
Yep.
And they could alleviate all that by implementing some sort of online ticketing system, kind of like what Nikkei did with their experience.
Yep.
But I see the issue of them. Like I can see why they wouldn't do that because that alone takes a lot of coordination too.
Yeah.
So
And not only do they have to do it for one room, one panel, they have to do it for every
every
panel, every
single
room.
panel, every single room, every single time, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I mean,
They.
it raises the question, right? Like, which is better? Implementing some sort of room clearing system and having people camp out, or have some sort of online ticketing system? Like,
Yeah.
which is worse? Which is better?
Yeah. And uh, I would think it would be the online ticketing system, but you know, who knows how much that's going to cost or
Mm-hmm.
to be able to properly do it,
Yeah,
especially with more than 100,000 people accessing it at one single time. That'll easily crash any kind of like.
yeah, and don't forget too, 99%, 90% of the volunteer or of the Anime Expo working at the convention, they're all volunteers.
Yeah.
They are Anime Expo convention goers just like you and I, and they
Yeah.
volunteered to try and do that. I
Yeah.
think if they had some sort of online system, they would need so many volunteers to the point where it's like, this is crazy. We don't have enough volunteers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It needs to be fixed. There's no way
But
that
it's like,
any one of
how do you
us.
fix that though? Like
Yeah.
it's just.
Yeah. It's not an easy fix. There needs to be more discussion around that because everything else about Anime Expo is getting better each year.
Mm-hmm.
They're consistently changing up the layout, making room for more stuff, putting proper things in proper sections, like making Artist Alley bigger, giving enough space for the smaller exhibitor booths to go in the front, and then moving the big ones in the back so they're not crowding up like all of the, you know, fire hazard space. Um, so it does seem like they're working on it. It's just they're getting to one thing at a time, and in order to make the next con way better, they need to focus on this panel system. It's just not working out.
But realistically, is there a better system?
Mm, I wouldn't. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I would say, uh, like off the top of my head, the best way is to to alleviate system stress as well. You'd want like a ticketing system that happens literally the 30 minutes before the panel starts. Like you just stop by the room or like you can see it on the Anime Expo app and then sign up on there 30 minutes before it starts so that everyone has fair access.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever queue you're in, it'll cap out at the moment of seats um excuse me, allowed in the room.
Yeah.
That would like that, and that way it gives you 30 minutes to get there and to get on time. And then if there's like room or they can let people in the last minute. But eventually, like essentially, the best way is to handle it like a live room lobby that fills up and has a cap. That way, it's like it is first come first serve, but it's a fair chance for everyone to get it.
Yeah. Okay. And this is the other post, and I think this is a really, really big issue too. This is from a Reddit user, CG_ST. It has come to my attention that people are secretly trading exhibitor badges in order to skip the line starting from day 2. By doing so, one will be able to enter the exhibition hall early and line up for limited merchandise or event tickets before everyone else. This including, and not limited to, limited merchandises, signature tickets, some signature distribution events that are held by certain vendors, instead of Anime Expo officials. It is beyond frustrating to become the first one to enter the exhibition hall and see some other people mysteriously getting in the line in front of you. To make it worse, these cheaters were actually able to snatch every single limited items in front of you, while you got nothing. Bushiroad merchandise booth is a great example. And I don't know if you knew what happened at the Bushiroad merchandise booth. A lot of people um, have exhibitor badges without being exhibitors because their friends work for said exhibitors, right?
Yeah.
They crowded the Bushiroad booth. Excuse me. They crowded the Bushiroad booth, and
Blah, 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 blah.
as soon as the doors entered, like as soon as the doors opened, every single one of those people swarmed the Bushiroad merchandise booth, right?
Yeah.
And they completely bought out one of the the exclusive Hololive set that they were debuting.
Yeah.
They sold out in 30 minutes. They sold out at 8:45.
And then for anyone who's not fully aware,
Mm,
the hall opens at 9. They're closed and they've sold out.
yeah. I mean,
That's
and on that day too, like on the first day, the doors opened at 8:30.
yeah.
Within 15 minutes
Wait,
between
the doors opened at 8:30, but we weren't allowed access to the hall until 9 a.m.
no, the exhibit on day 1, they opened the doors early.
Oh, did they?
Yes, I was there
Because I was
because I tried to go to Hoyoverse and it did not work.
Oh, you mean the entertainment hall?
That's what I meant. Sorry, entertainment hall. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because
day
they didn't
1,
open the exhibit hall until 9.
yeah,
Okay.
day 1, entertainment hall. They opened the doors early at 8:30. By 8:45, Bushiroad is completely sold out of the those boxes,
Yeah.
and a majority of those went to quote unquote exhibitors who aren't actually
Yeah.
exhibitors.
So, okay, the same thing happened at the there was another card game booth. Uh it wasn't Butcher Road. It was like White Schwartz, I believe.
That's
That was
Bushiroad.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
But yours was in the entertainment hall. I'm talking about exhibit hall stuff.
Oh,
So
interesting. Okay. Well,
yeah.
I think they had a booth there also. I think they had two booths, but
Okay.
go on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so here's the thing is that it was right next to Katakawa and I was in line. The moment I got in line was 9:05 at
Hmm.
the most. As soon as I got into line at 9:05, someone was going around the White Shorts booth and saying, "We're completely sold out." Oh wait, no, it was a dojin, not dojin, sorry. It was a manga it was a manga vendor next to Katakawa. Yeah, and we're completely sold out of Dungeon Meshi. Dungeon Meshi sold out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that can't be a fucking coincidence. Like, no one's bought anything quick enough for you to sell out within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not an online purchase. Like, you have to physically hand over the merchandise to the person in line in order
Hmm.
to grab their stuff. So that means they've been selling for the past like 30 minutes to people who weren't allowed, to normal attendees that weren't allowed access yet, and
Exhibitor cheat.
exhibitor cheat. Yeah. So there's the only way they can stop that is if they don't allow exhibitor friend passes.
But
But then
there's no way to regulate that at
there's
all.
no way there's no way to regulate that. I would say the best way is to have separate exhibitor and exhibitor like allowable what do you call it? Purchasable in a sense. Like you should have you should not well, actually no, you should just not be allowed to purchase anything until the doors open.
That's yeah, like that's the simplest fix is no purchasing until doors open.
Yeah. And even so, okay. And they need, I would say it really depends on the booth because they got kind of get their money anyway and they don't really care. But there's like, for example, Nikkei is one of the best. The Nikkei booth is one of the best like situations for this because they had stuff to buy, but they had a lot of stuff to give out,
Yeah.
and their ticketing system made it so convenient for normal con goers to be able to get everything that they needed as long as you complete the mini games. Yui.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
Yeah. So as long as you complete the mini games, you can get all of the free stuff. And they didn't really sell anything, but they could. They definitely could
They
have.
definitely could have.
Yeah.
And
They had enough time and room.
I think from their player base too, they definitely would have been like a busy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But they had their online queue system, and it would just text you when you're like good to go, basically.
When it's your turn, yep.
Yeah. Um, a lot of places can implement something like that. Especially if it's like their own booth per se.
Hoyoverse. Sorry, sorry. That who said that? That
Oh damn,
was
that's crazy. God, yeah, yeah. Ah man, it's almost like you said something. I don't know. Bless
crazy,
you, Gesundheit.
crazy.
Um,
Freaking Hoyoverse, man.
it was bad. It was bad. But there is no. Okay, Th- this is more of a social economic socioeconomic problem than it is a anime expo problem. It's because people, if you know people, you always get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the right people, you always get what you want, and there's no going around that. You can't. The only way you can stop that is if you want to cater to your loyal fans.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. It depends if you care enough to be able to do that, but if you're making money anyway and don't care, well, you're
Fuck it.
making
You
money.
made the
Business is
money,
business.
right? Like it,
Yeah.
and like that's the
Yep.
unfortunate thing too, is like there's obviously huge, huge demand, right?
Absolutely.
And being Anime Expo, most of the time, supply is limited. When you have high demand, low supply, prices skyrocket.
Absolutely.
It is basic economics.
We need to touch on this actually. Uh, Speaking of exclusive merchandise, we need to talk about the Anime Expo Hololive Dodgers game.
Ah, yes. So
I
I was not there. However, I had a
wasn't either.
friend that was there.
Yeah. Yep.
He, the only thing that I heard about that regarding the Hololive X Dodgers thing was there was a line that wrapped around the stadium.
Yep.
And in that booth, there was only 3 people working that booth.
Yep.
My friend waited in line for 2.5 hours,
Oh, wait,
and
wait.
he
Before
only
you continue,
moved like
an inch. Yeah.
he
Before you
only moved
continue,
like yeah 2 feet.
it's specifically they are not cover course staff. They are Dodgers stadium staff.
Mm-hmm.
Need to make that distinction. So they have no idea what the fuck they're selling.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was Dodger Stadium stuff.
Yeah, no, it was because they specifically told my friend who lined up that this is the craziest line they've seen in 20 years of Dodger Stadium. Yeah.
Let's put it this way, okay? I'm gonna Google this real quick. Wyoming population 2024.
What?
It says here that the population of Wyoming is 586,485. Okay.
Yeah.
The amount per SPJA, the amount of people that can attend Anime Expo at any point in time is around 165,000 people.
Yep.
1/5 of the population of Wyoming was in Los Angeles,
Yep.
specifically downtown LA for the convention center.
Yep.
And
Actually, probably more so, to be honest.
yeah, actually, like, because I think that's only attendees too. That's not factoring staff. It's not factoring exhibitors. And let's see. And it says here that the LA population is specifically downtown LA in that area is 85,000.
Yeah.
They had almost double what they're used to seeing
Yep.
for one weekend.
Yep.
It's called LineCon for a reason. So
It's actually pretty crazy because the nightlife was pretty cool too on Saturday night, where all the after parties are happening. There's a bunch of
yeah.
people just like hanging out in front of like the hotels
Mm-hmm.
and in front of the taco trucks and
On the
like
rooftop,
on the
having a
rooftop.
party.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, like it's like I said, you have all these people and all like every single one of them, you have some sort of common bond. It's
Yep.
so easy to make friends. I guess
Just don't be a weirdo about it.
unfortunately there's always gonna be weirdos about it, you know? But do you have any like final thoughts on Anime Expo that you wanna like give
Uh,
or share?
uh, bring back VIP passes. I mean, what?
Oh, it's funny. I was a premier badge holder in 2019 too, so
Oh, absolutely. I thought they were great, but you're paying. Yeah, I can understand the appeal because you're paying for quote unquote more privilege, even though you didn't get that much.
no.
But yeah, but I don't really have. I think overall, there's not too many negatives I can say about this anime. So because it's one of the best ones I've had in a long time.
I can say for certain this year was just incredibly fun. The con itself was whatever, but when you factor in everything else, like the cosplay gatherings and the just hanging out with your friends, this was easily one of the best.
Oh
Honestly, probably my
yeah,
personal favorite.
it's funny because I'm on the exact opposite side where I spent a good portion of my time alone walking around just seeing all like everything, and it was the best time I've had just walking around.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a loner perspective because I'm very introverted when it comes to meeting new people, so I love to just back away and just like have my own like little adventure. So
Hmm.
that was like my experience. It was really really good.
And that's actually like a perfect segue into like my final thoughts on it. If you're gonna go to Anime Expo, there is no wrong way to attend Anime Expo.
Yeah.
It's whatever it is literally whatever interest you have and whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah.
Whether it's standing in line for 8 hours trying to go to a panel, or trying to get an industry autograph ticket, walking around with your friends around the exhibit hall, there walking by yourself through the exhibit hall.
Yep.
There is no wrong way to do it
Yep.
because you are there for your own personal reasons. And as long as you have fun with how as long as you have the fun, that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Helios, thank you for being here.
Yeah. We gotta shout out our socials. No, I'm kidding. I think we'll be
Why?
able to
I
put it
could
up.
I could splash screen it. It's all right.
No, we're good. But yeah, thank you for having me. I think we're gonna be doing a lot more. Pretty soon actually. We need to stay updated on like all the stuff that goes on in the anime world because sometimes I just go full hermit and I just like pretend I'm Master Roshi and just living on an island.
It's okay. I think with stuff like this, I can have my third Sharingan eye opened.
Oh, okay.
So
Hey, can you share your third eye with me, buddy?
I'll share more than my third eye with you.
Okay, we ended here, folks.
All right. Well, no, before we end it, like the next topic, if we do decide to keep doing this, is going to be mobile games and gacha gaming. Do you
Oh
have
my
any
god,
like you have any
bro,
rebuttals, or like do you disagree with that being the next topic?
dude,
Because if you
I
think about it, ZZZ is taking the world by storm right now. Before ZZZ was Wuwa. Before
yeah,
Wuwa was Honkai Star Rail. And
yeah.
before Honkai was Genshin Impact.
You know, I mean, yes, yeah. Essentially, that's how it worked. There's a few notable ones in between,
Of course.
but if
But
you are familiar, you should check out Snowbreak Containment Zone.
check out my sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, you know. No, but before Genshin was actually what do you call it? Ghost Frontline. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh. And before
Yeah.
Girls Frontline was Arknights.
And before Arknights was wait, no, Arknights came after.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
before
okay.
Ghost Frontline was what do you call it? The tower one. Hold on. Oh, that doesn't help. There's a lot of tower
That
ones.
is Arknights. Arknights is the TD one.
No, I don't mean tower defense. I mean like it was like something tower, like Summoner's War basically. It was like Summoner's War.
Oh, I
And
don't know.
before Summoner's War was Cookie Run.
The point is, oh my god, I forgot about that. The point is, mobile gaming and gacha gaming in specific is extremely like popular right now, and I think it deserves like our take on it.
Yeah. What do
So
you I think this would be really good if we do this on like a monthly basis, like once a month.
I was thinking once every like other week.
Once every other week.
Yeah.
It depends. We'll see.
All right. Well, 'Twas a pleasure. Take care of yourself.
All right, folks. Smell you later, and don't forget to spit on that thing. Hawk.
Pwah! Okay, I am recording. Oh, that's a blooper already.
I'm a bitch. You're a bitch. We're all
We're
bitches.
all
Yay,
bitches.
bitches.